The former political director of the Clark County Republican Party wants to chair the Nevada Republican Party. Nick Phillips is running for the position currently held by Chairman Michael McDonald. The election for the spot will take place on November 14th. McDonald is expected to seek another two-year term. We reached out to both McDonald and Phillips to be guests on this program. McDonald has yet to respond. We're waiting, Mr. Chairman, but tonight his challenger is here. And joining me now, Nick Phillips, running to be chairman of the Nevada Republican Party. Welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot for having me on, John.
So why are you doing this?
Why am I doing it? Well, for me, I really think that I have to be involved in Nevada local politics as well as politics in general, because if I don't step in and do something about the way that our country's been going for the longest time, my kids are going to have to deal with it. So I feel a personal sense of responsibility to get involved.
So you were the political director for the county party.
Right.
The county party has generally been seen as slightly more, let me be generous, competent than the state party, which has had all kinds of controversy. The party essentially has no money. McDonald essentially bankrupted the party. Now there's all kinds of controversy about this charitable group he was involved in and the intersection of finances. The guy who now chairs the county Republican Party recently withdrew from a position as a board member of the Nevada Republican Party. How big a mess is the state party?
Well, so it's kind of like when we got into the county party back in 2013, the Clark County Republican Party wasn't doing a whole lot, and we got out into the community and we reached out to the media, we reached out to all the elected officials, and we worked very hard for our candidates in the campaign season. As you know, I was on TV several times, on the radio, quoted in the paper, and we really got out there and made a big change in what the organization was doing, and I hope to do the same thing with the Nevada Republican Party. Same kind of a thing. Our target is to go out and reach more voters, get more voters to vote Republican, get them out to the polls on election day. And if we're doing that, and we're doing the right thing.
You know, you didn't come close to answering my question. You're as good as the politicians you're hoping to elect. How big a mess is the state party? You're not. I mean, you're running against an incumbent who we presume is running again. So you're saying, pick me, don't pick him. Why?
Sure. You should pick, the Republicans here in Nevada should pick me because I'm the guy who can get the job done. I can get in there and I can lead the party in a positive direction to help our state the best, in the best way possible.
But how? I mean, how can you raise money in a way that Michael McDonald couldn't? I mean, let's face it, that's what a state party needs to do. Raise money, register voters. You need someone like you to be out there in the media, coming on programs like, let me think, Ralston Live, and presenting the best face for the party.
Sure.
McDonald doesn't do any of that.
The main thing is being in the public eye and getting more voters to come in, getting them to look at our messaging and get out there. I've shown that I've done that the last couple of years as political director, and I can reproduce that at the state party level. I've been the main contact for the media for the county party for quite some time, for the last couple of years, and I'll be able to move that over to the state party organization. And donors and organizations that want to contribute, that's what they want to see. They want to see their dollars being used for getting more people registered to vote and getting them out on election day. And I've got the track record to show that I can do that.
Most people watching this program, let's face it, they don't really care who the head of the Republican Party is. They don't pay attention to the ins and outs of it. But the Republican Party essentially has presented a very bad face to the state. The elected officials don't want to go anywhere near it because of the financial problems and some of the controversy. Are any of them going to come out and support you or help you behind the scenes, the Republican establishment, some of these donors you mentioned? Because it has now essentially become a tar baby. No one wants to go near it.
Everybody wants to see it fixed, and somebody needs to step up and do it. And I'm the guy who's stepped up and said, this is enough, and let's get it going.
Or did you get the short straw? You were in a room
I might have got the short straw. So frequently the question is, what's wrong with you and why are you trying to do it? You know, it's definitely, it's a lot of work. It's not a thankful job. It's not like every day somebody's going to say, hey, thanks so much. You know, I really like that you're doing that. And you know, you almost have to gauge the job as if somebody's not yelling at you today, you probably didn't really accomplish much. So it's definitely a thankless job, and it's a lot of hard work. But as I said in the beginning of the program, somebody has to do it. I feel that our country, in a lot of ways, our state in a lot of ways, could do a lot better than it has been, not just the state party, just in general. And I think that the party is an important part to that process.
I've been watching these elections with so-called central committees, in case people don't understand how this works. There's members of central committees, and on both sides, both parties, they can be really crazy affairs, Mr. Phillips. I mean, the people there get very passionate. Sometimes they're conspiracy theorists. Sometimes they vote for reasons that have nothing to do with being a good Republican or a good Democrat. What makes you think you can go in there when Michael McDonald got elected by these people and actually get the number of votes to get elected? I mean, you have to admit that that's a very difficult thing to do, right? It's not like a normal election. It's more like going into some Mission Impossible third world country, right, where they're trying to get a dictator ousted.
So, you know, there's only 350 voters in the state of Nevada that will be eligible to vote in this election, and that includes the elected Republican officials as well as the state central committee members that are out there. And they're all over the state. Some people may think it's a lot of work to travel around the state, and frankly, if you don't like traveling around the state, then yeah, it's a lot of hard work that you wouldn't want to do. But I've really enjoyed my time making it out to the rural parts of the state, up to northern Nevada on a fairly regular basis this year, and going out and talking to people and understanding what their concerns are. At the end of the day, the state central committee members, they want to be involved, they want their voice to be heard, and they're active and involved for that reason.
They want an effective party, do they not?
They definitely want an effective party.
Do they want change?
I believe they want change. They want an effective party, and they want to make sure that their voice is being heard and that they're able to get out and, you know, express their concerns to the rest of the state. After all, it's only 350, you know, registered Republicans that are participating in that process, and they're the ones who cared to go to the precinct meetings, that cared to keep coming to the county central committees and get elected into these positions. So they're more of the diehard people, and they want to express their voice.
What's happened in this state the last few cycles, as you know, is that essentially Republicans running for office have gone around the state party. They've created other organizations to either register voters or to fundraise. That's an impediment. You want to have to deal with that. The Democratic machine up until 2014 had been pretty formidable. I think even you would acknowledge that. How do you get that fixed so that the state party can be a vehicle to help Republicans get elected, as opposed to something that the Republicans run away from? Because you and I both know this is going to be a huge year in Nevada. We're going to be a swing state in the presidential race. We're going to have a very competitive U.S. Senate race that could determine control of the U.S. Senate. 1 or 2 competitive congressional seats. That's an anchor weighing you down if you have to deal with a state party that's totally ineffectual.
So just as we went into, several of us got elected in 2013 to the county party here in Clark County. And the first thing we did was we reached out to all of the elected Republican officials and said, hey, we're here to help. And frankly, some of them said, who are you and why are you here?
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
And we said, oh, we're here to help you get reelected, and we're here to help, you know, do what the party needs to do. And there was a warming up period where they felt that they needed to, you know, kind of see, are we, you know, sincere in our efforts, or are we just trying to get something? And we are sincere and want to get our state going on the right track, and it's a lot of hard work. And at least this time around, I can point to the last couple of years and say, hey, the last couple of years I've worked with these Republicans and those Republicans, and it's public record. You can go online and you can see, you know, what I did during the campaigns.
What's even amazing is I think some people in the media actually like you, do they not, Mr.
Shocking, huh?
It is very shocking. Listen, I really do appreciate your willingness to come on the program. Good luck to you
anytime
in the election. Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot.
And I still want to say to Michael McDonald, if you're listening, I'm sure you're watching, you're welcome to come on the program anytime. And now,